A minute, please, and then we will start. Yeah, we are in live. So, hello everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, YouTube. I am happy to be here to another immersion, an English immersion with me as a facilitator. We are here with Pedro, with Ayla, with Sydney, with Gisele, and Jose, and we're gonna spend some time speaking in English and talking about a topic that I consider so interesting and it's a good opportunity to know better each other. So before starting, I want to explain you a little bit how Token Talks works. Token Talks is a platform, language platform where you can practice and you can learn different languages like English, Spanish, Italian, French, and Mandarin. Um, Something interesting about this is that we try to create a safe environment where you don't feel afraid of making mistakes because we consider that making mistakes is part of the process. It's something that we have to overcome. Another thing that I consider important is that this is not a regular class. This is not an English class. In fact, I am not an English teacher. We are just here. We are gonna put one topic that today will be hobbies, and we will use just the all of the English information that we already have in our minds to try to communicate with each other. Okay, so normally we start with a self presentation, with a short presentation. So I think that we can do our presentation here, and then I'm gonna split the room into different rooms. So let's start with our self introduction. Okay. Let's start with Ayla. Ayla, could you please introduce yourself here?
Hey, good afternoon, guys. I'm Ayla. I live in Belém. I was born here. I'm married. I have one daughter. Uh, I've been studying English since 2020, and I work as a public servant. And uh, I I like so much to practice here. Uh, and today I think it's good to talk about hobbies. Uh, I think it's a pleasure to talk about it. And I hope you get better, Christian. So that was it. And that's it.
Thank you so much, Ayla. I am happy to have you here in my English immersion. Let's continue. What about you, Jose? Could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, Hi, my name is Jose. I have 30 years old. I live in Aracaju, Sergipe. I work with data science. I am graduation in math. I have a master degrees in computer. Uh, that's it.
Pretty great. Thank you so much, Jose. What about you, Gisele? Could you please introduce yourself? Hmm.
Okay. Hi guys. I'm Gisele. I have 32 years old. I live in Dayatuba, São Paulo, with my husband and my dog. I'm engineer, but at the moment I don't work, but I improve myself. And in my free time, I walk in my dog. I watch series in the TV. That's it.
Thank you so much. And you, Sydney, could you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sydney. I currently live in Belo Horizonte. I'm 38 years old. I'm an accountant. I'm married. I'm here. My main objective is to improve my spoken English and enjoy that moment with you guys. In my free time, I like to hang out with my family, my friends. I like to read book articles with different subjects. I'm very curious. That's why I love to study. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sydney. And last but not the least, Pedro, please introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Pedro. I'm from Guyana, but now I'm living in São Paulo because I'm working, studying, and business things. Because we need to talk in connection with a lot of person to make this business. So I'm a copywriter. I did some ads, email writings. So I write a lot of things, blogs too. So English is part of my life because I work with some international companies, and I'm here to improve every day my English and my um, about my hobbies. I like a lot to write and learning. I think learning something new to deep uh, in a subject. I'm like to learn a lot of things.
Thank you so much, Pedro. And finally, me. My name is Christian Jimenez. I am from Bolivia. I currently live here in Brazil. I moved to Brazil 2 years ago. I work as a full stack software developer. I have been working in the field for almost 12 years. I'm here in Talk and Talk as well because I need to improve my English. I have a lot of dreams that involve English. English is involved in those dreams. So nowadays I'm trying to learn French as well here in the platform. So I participate in French immersions as well with Ayla. I am married. In my free time, I really enjoy watching TV, watching series, playing football and volleyball if I have the opportunity. And that's it, guys. So let's just start with our subject, today's subjects. So, do you think that we can continue here, six of us, or I split in two rooms? I think that I could split into rooms to have more time for speaking. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, I think split is better.
Yeah. So I'm gonna create one more room, and two of you will stay here with me. Um, I think that uh, Pedro, Sydney, and Giselle will go to to the other room, and Ayla and Jose will stay here in the main room. Okay? So respect each other times. I know that everyone wants to share their ideas. Well, I think that we will be just three, so you will have a lot of time for speaking. So if you receive the invitation, please just accept it, and we will see you in around 40 or 45 minutes before, in 40 or 44, 45 minutes. Okay, open all rooms. See you later, guys. Okay. So let's start with the question number one. So I brought this topic because I think that it's kind of good to talk about the things that we like to do, that are hobbies. So let's start with the first question, okay? So question number one: what hobbies are you most passionate about and why? Uh, Jose, what do you think about the question number one? What do you think are the hobbies that you are most passionate about?
But it's always very much passionate about you. And why? I don't know. I have many hobbies. I like to go to food, different places. I in this moment I like play in the cards. I like this. Uh, I like plays video games. That's it.
Do you have any hobby that you started doing when you were a kid, for example, and you continue doing so far? Or yeah, that's the question. Do you have any hobby that you continue doing from you were a kid or since you were a kid?
When I kids continue doing, I don't remember this many time when I a kid.
Okay, no problem. So let's continue. Ayla, what do you think about the question number one? What do you think are the most you feel more passionate about activities or hobbies that you have?
I'm most passionate about reading books. I like to read some self-knowledge books. Sometimes I like to read simple books. I think when I feel so stressed, I like to relax and I choose some books. Uh, I like to go for a walk. I think it helps me stay fit. I like to be close to nature, so sometimes I go for a walk and I listen to music. And I like to watch movies and series too. My family like so and we like to do it together. Yeah, I think for me it's more about it. And when I was a kid, I remember I so appreciate to ride a bike, and because I like to have this feeling of freedom. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, Ayla. Well, in my personal experience or in my personal opinion, I would say that nowadays I feel more passionate about learning languages. It's something interesting because in the past I have never been a good languages student. I think that in the past it had been so difficult to me to learn it. But nowadays I think that I am enjoying more the journey. So I think that that has changed a lot in me. Another thing that I want to say is that I stopped doing a lot of hobbies that I had because, for example, I really like to play volleyball and football. But since we moved to Curitiba the last year, I haven't found a group of people to play with, so I stopped doing it and I replaced it to going to the gym. But I consider that going to the gym is not my hobby because I don't like to go to the gym. I just go there because I need it. So another hobby that I enjoy doing and I continue doing is singing. Uh, I sing since I am a kid, so it's a hobby that I continue doing now. Another hobby that I currently have it's maybe watching series with my wife and watching movies as well because we spend 4 or 6 hours every weekend for watching movies or series. So yeah, I think that the hobbies changes. Meanwhile, you get older, or depending of the context, because you can go to another place, you can live in another country, or and your hobbies will change. So it's something interesting to talk about. Let's go to the question number two. Uh, how did you first get interested in your favorite hobby? Ayla, what do you think? How you get interested in your favorite hobby? Do you remember?
Mm, I I I remember a little. I think I first got interested in reading when I was at school, and I remember I wake up uh, very early to read because I I I thought interesting, the history, and I think my imagination flew away. I remember I liked it, and I grew up. Uh, I grew up doing this, and I think because this, I until now, I consider reading books my favorite hobby. And what else? I think about uh, uh, like to walking and go for walking. I think because I in the past I was overweight, and I needed to take care of myself, to practice exercise, and I decided beside go the gym, I like it go for a walk because it's a moment when I can feel by myself. I can reflect about my life too, and I use it to exercise and to relax too. I think it's good for me. It makes me feel comfortable. And about the movies, uh, I think I'm used to watch films in cities with my family, and sometimes we like uh, to share our opinion on each other. Oh, what did you think about this movie? Did you like it or not? Why? Something like that. I think it's interesting, and yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, Ayla. And you just say, do you remember how you get interested about your favorite hobby?
I don't remember exactly, like, but I remember the my grandfather. He with me go to the video games house when I chill I and my brother. And this is for the first contact in the games. I the child I don't remember the age I had in this time, but I remember this.
Yeah, I want to say something as well. I had a hobby that was playing video games, but I stopped it.
Yes,
I stopped it because my wife, she doesn't like she doesn't like to me playing video games. So when I met her, I had to stop playing video games. But in fact, at that time, I was not playing anymore. I just was playing a game called Dora 2. But then I stopped it at all. But I always, my father always bought us Nintendo, PlayStation. So we spend a lot of time playing video games with my brother. But nowadays I stopped it at all. So I don't play video games anymore. Something I wanted to share with you as well is that I remember that I started singing since I was a kid because my mother always wanted to us be musicians. So we went to musician institute where we learned how to sing, how to play the piano or another instruments, and I really liked singing, so I continue singing when I have opportunity. I like to sing gospel music in my church. I'm an Adventist, by the way, so when I have the opportunity, I am part of a chorus, and sometimes when I have the opportunity, I can sing in different churches. So it's a hobby that I do since I was a kid. So let's continue with the next one. Question number three. Are there any new hobbies you've been wanting to try? Yeah, I just enrolled in a boot camp that is for developing video games. I would say that it would be a hobby because it's not directly related with my work, but it's related with the field that I work in. So I am trying to learn how to create video games with different technologies. So I am trying it. I consider it's kind of difficult, but it would be really nice, and maybe in the future it could become part of my job or part of my work. So I think that it's interesting to try different things in the area that I work in. That's it. And you, Jose, do you have any hobbies that you would like to start doing?
In this moment, no. I started doing a new hobby. This, sorry, I don't remember. Walking the cart in Westmouth. I like this.
So you started that the last month, that activity, that hobby?
Yes, Westmouth.
Uh,
I started walk walking the cart, the run.
hmm. Okay, got it. And you, Ayla, are you thinking about starting a new hobby, or maybe you have in mind something that you would like to start doing?
Yeah, of course, I'd like to try photography. Uh, I think I like to take photos. I think it could be a great way to like I don't know, to combine my interest in nature and outdoors activities with how to take photos. Well, I would like to try to know how to to paint also. I so appreciated some painting, and I think it's art, uh, and I would like to know uh, to learn. Yeah, that's it.
Ayla, do you think that it's important to try new things, different things that are not related with your work or with your job or with your personal stuffs? Do you think that it's important?
Uh, if I sorry, I can't get it. Well, sorry.
If you think that it's important to try new things, new activities, try to do different hobbies, do you think that it's
Okay.
important?
Yeah, yeah. I I think so. I think it's so important to try different our usual activities like different to work or study because uh, in fact sometimes to study another language I consider like a hobby to for me because I like it to do it. I enjoy it. But I think it's important to try different things because when you feel pressure about something, it's a good way to relax, to learn more, to improve your I don't know, your mindset, for example, improve your capacity to understand yourself better, something like that. I think it's so important.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think that it's important to try new things because if we just keep doing the same thing, our lives can become a routine. So, and if you try something new, you can get surprised because you don't know how good you are in other aspects. So, it's a way to discover yourself, I would say, right? So let's move on to the next question. Jose, how do you find time to pursue your hobbies in your busy schedule? Is it difficult to you? How do you do that? The question number 4.
In my case, I have the schedule but, well defined. I have my time for working the 8 p.m. and a.m. to uh, 17 p.m. And I finish my job. I go to my hobbies or responsibilities in my house. That's it. It's question of the organize my life. In
Do you
these
think
weekends, I go to my hobbies favorites to too.
do you think that nowadays for you it's more difficult to do your hobbies than when you were younger or when you were in the university or when you were, I don't know, when you didn't have a lot of responsibilities?
No, I have my schedule well defined, so I don't have a problem for this. I don't go to my job, my work for my home. I separate these things.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, I think that it's just a matter of organization, right? So, and you, Ayla, what do you think about it? How do you take some time? How do you organize your time for pursuing your hobbies?
I agree with José. I think it's important to have a good organization, and I try to prioritize uh, uh, my hobbies in specific times, like, for example, uh, during the weekdays, it's complicated because I have a lot of tasks and beside my work, my studies, I need to task it at my house, like in household chores. But I try to dedicate me a little. Uh, um, for example, each night before bed, sometimes I like to read a little. Uh, I didn't say, but I like to listen to podcasts, and I like to listen to podcasts during my commute or when I go for a walk. And I think it helps me a lot to study, to learn something new. Uh, and I think watching movies, I prefer to do during the weekends because it's an activity I like to do with my family. Yeah, but it's important to have a good organization because if not, you can't oh I want to watch movie, but there is a lot of tasks to accomplish. It's no good. It's a no good option for me. I need to organize myself and to have a good schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that organization is so important, and something that I wanted to say is that the more responsibilities that we have, the more difficult it is to do our hobbies, I would say. So when we become adults, we start forgetting about our hobbies, right? So I remember that when I was younger and I was in university, I played volleyball almost all of the days and at least 1 or 2 hours per day. Nowadays, I cannot do it. If I have the opportunity, I just play one day and 1 hour. So it's so difficult to maintain or to keep doing the hobbies that you had when you were younger, right? So let's move to the question number 5. Have you met any interesting people through your hobbies? Well, as I said before. I consider learning languages a hobby now because it's something I really enjoy doing. And I have met a lot of brilliant people here in Talk and Talk. So I think I am creating a good networking with them, and I can exchange my ideas. I can exchange knowledge, and I can get inspired by them, by the journey or by the things that they have accomplished so far. I think that it's so important to surround yourself with people who can inspire you or can teach you a different thing or different skill. So here in Tocanto, I have met a lot of really, I consider really brilliant people, and I'm really happy to have met this platform. And that's my personal opinion. What do you think about it, Jose? Have you met any interesting people through your hobbies? Jose, are you there?
Sorry, I have distraction.
No problem.
Uh,
It's the question number five.
Number five, yes, I have many peoples in my hobbies. I meet many friends, some friends now. In the cart, for example, I meet people's very interested.
Yeah, I think, as I already said, it's important to share when you share a hobby with one person. I think that you can know better that person, and I think that the relationship can be stronger. So it's a nice thing, I would say. And you, Ayla, what do you think about the question number five?
Uh, uh, yeah, I've met some people through my hobby, especially here on Talking Talk, because I've been on Talking Talk since 2021, and I've met a lot of people who is thirsting to learn another language, and I think it's so interesting because you can share uh, some doubt, you can share some tips, and I think it's so helpful. And I like so much when there is someone who is disposed to help me, and there is a a contribution each other, and I think it's so good. It's about to have a community, and the people in community try to help each other, and I think it's a good way to learn more, to improve more, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think another thing that I consider the most important by surround yourself by people who share the same hobby or the same activity is that you find people who will support you because they know how is the journey of that activity or the maybe the how challenging it can be. So they will support you in any time that you need. So I consider that so important. So let's move to the question number six. Jose, what do you think is the most challenging part of your hobby? What do you think is the most challenging your part of your favorite hobby or a different hobby that you have?
The most challenging part of my hobby, for example, I play video games, is uh, I don't know. This hobby is very easy. I have my PlayStation 5. I have a uh, PS Plus. I have a many games. I play. Don't have difficult.
Maybe
The
maybe do
difficulty
you
is have the money for pay for this.
But maybe you have a game that it's so difficult, or all of them are easy for you.
The game is difficult, but it is good. This party for the I sorry, I forgot the word for diverse. But you
Okay, okay.
understand it?
Yeah, I got your point.
Mhm.
Uh, about video games, I would say that the one thing that I consider difficult is when you play with other persons, when you play online, and you will find all of the time one player who
Então,
plays better
aqui,
than you and beats you in the game. So I think that it can be a little bit frustrating sometimes. Um, that's my opinion. And you, Ayla, what do you think? What is the most challenging part of your hobby, a different hobby that you have?
The most part, um, I think to find enough time to do all of hobbies I like to do. Sometimes it's hard for me because of my work, because of uh, other tasks I need to achieve it. But I think, for example, maybe to listen to podcasts, sometimes I need to difficult to keep me up with all of the new episodes because there are a lot of episodes. And sometimes I feel uh, like I feel a little lost, and and I don't know, for movies to find quality movies uh, because there are a lot of options available, but and it's complicated sometimes to find a movie you like uh, uh, fast. Yeah, I think and uh, go for a walk. Sometimes I there is no time for me because I'm busy for sure. Because the time is no good. It's running and something like that. I think it could be a challenge. And it's when I sometimes I get ready to go for a walk and oh my gosh, uh, it's just start to running and then I I feel so sad, so sad because I would like to do my hobby, but the weather don't help me. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much. Well, in my opinion, I think that about talking about singing, the most difficult part or the most challenging part is remembering the lyrics because you have to do the two things at the same time. You have to be worried about how you are singing at the time, the gestures that you are doing because when I perform when I perform music in the church, I have to be in front of all of the people who are in the church. So maybe keeping not being nervous, it's something so important as well. It's so challenging when you are there alone because I used to sing alone in the church. It's kind of challenging to be there in the stage, you alone and all of the crew looking at you. Nowadays, I am part of a core, so it's I would say that it's easier because you have your colleagues or the other members around you, so it's you don't get you don't feel nervous easily. So I would say that it's the most challenging part of singing. And about talking or practicing a new language, I think it's challenging to find people who you can practice with because and thankfully I found this platform that is Talk and Talk, and I found a lot of people who practice with. But when you start, it's kind of challenging to, for example, if you want to practice French or Mandarin, I think that is challenging to find people who are practicing or studying the same language, right? So that's my opinion. Let's move to the question number eight. Let's keep the seven one. So, um, Jose, how do your hobbies influence your everyday life or work? Do you think that your hobbies influence in your personal and your professional activities? I would say.
No, I don't know because when I say in the rest question, I separate the things. I don't mix it, the hobbies with my work or person or in relationships. And I have the time for the things. I have that time for my hobby. I have that time for my work. I have my time for my personal relationships. I don't have a problem for this.
Do you think that it's possible to combine your hobbies with your job, with your work? Do you think that it would be a good, maybe something good for your life, combining your hobby and your job?
Combining my hobby and my job, I don't know. I don't see this possibility. My job is my job. I do because I need it.
Got it. And you, Ayla, what do you think about the question number eight? How do your hobbies influence your everyday life or work?
Um, well, I think especially about to learn uh, another language. I think it influenced my everyday life uh, or my work a lot because I I realized that I improve my capacity to communicate better. I think when I decided to study another language, it was so hard in the beginning because because I learned to expose myself if I I really want to speak. It's complicated in the beginning, but when I decided to keep going, and I could notice I was improve day by day, step by step, and I continue in this process. And I think I could learn how to be resilient. Uh, I learned to be more patient, and I learned to believe more in myself, to challenge to overcome my challenges, and because this I think it's process has been helping me a lot to to overcome my challenges. No about my study, but my personal life or at my work, because sometimes at work there is some challenging situation, and when I start to improve my capacity to communicate, I think I could be better to solve some problems. Because there is some situation when you need to deal with difficult people, and I start to use my capacity to uh, I don't know how can I say argumentar more, and to to say things in a different way. And I think it that situation helped me, and yeah. I think for me, from you, it was more about it. My hobby, my hobby of learning another language helped me to be more talkative in Portuguese and to think better, to solve problems better, and something like that. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I totally can feel you. I think that the hobby that I'm doing right now, that it's learning French and improving my English, I think that it's helping me a lot to maybe to feel more confident in any other activity that I do. I feel more confident. I don't know why, but I feel that happened to me. Maybe it's transforming me, right? So, well, in my personal experience, how my hobbies influencing my life, I would say that. Just the fact for to just the fact to speak English and now a little bit of French, I think that has helped me in my current job. I think that I became a better problem solving person. And as I said, I work with IT, so being problem solving problem professional, it's essential when you work in IT. So I think that I can handle better those maybe difficult situation or maybe challenging situations. Or and I think that I improve it a lot just because I started developing the hobby of learning new languages. Um, and yeah, that's my experience. So let's move to the question number nine. I think that we have more time for responding the nine one. So, Jose, have you ever turned a hobby into a career or considered doing so? I cannot hear you. You're muted.
My sound is off. Responding your question, no, I don't have a turning a hobby into my career considered. I don't have in my mind. I I think I, I don't know because it is isso. Ai, como é que
Well,
se diz? Sorry, I don't remember the word. I remember. I think is my hobby is different. Is the thing different in my work? I don't have mixed this. I don't like
mhm,
mixed this. I work all the days. Então, so in the times don't work. The rest things I do is the things relations in my work. I do different things that's not be I work now.
got it. Got it. Well, in my personal case, I already thought about being singer. I wanted to be a singer when I was younger, but then I realized that I was not good enough to do that, and there were a lot of better singers over there. So I stopped it. I stopped that dream. Even in my church here in Brazil, this, gospel singer in the Adventist church, they are so good. So it's kind of impossible to me to become a singer. So yeah, that's my personal experience. And you, Ayla, have you ever turned a hobby into a career or considered doing so?
No, I haven't. And but I think maybe uh, if so, I think I could thought about to create a podcast to to about this process of learning another language. I think it could be interesting, especially for shy people as like me. To face the fear to speak another language, I think it could be interesting.
Sure. Yeah, I thought about maybe opening my own YouTube channel, talking about how my English learning is, or how my French learning journey is. Maybe it would be a good option because I know that there are a lot of influencers who has a lot of followers and they can earn a lot of money just for that kind of content. So. Yeah, I am thinking about it even more that now I am living in another country. Maybe I could share my experience with people from my country, from Bolivia. So yeah, I was thinking about it. Welcome back, guys. I wanted to know how the conversation was for you. Gisele, how the conversation was for you? Do you like it? Do you like the topic? How was the conversation in the other room?
Yeah, I like this conversation for guys, and I learning to my improving myself my English. I discovered for these words. Any opinions? I like this. And the subject is very easy, but it's amazing for subject.
Thank you so thank you so much. Well, let me ask you a question that it's not in the 10 question that I sent. Do you think that it's important to try new things in your daily life or for your personal life? Try to new things, try to new activities.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the question is, do you think that it's important to try new activities, like to try to do new hobbies in your life?
Yeah, yeah. This is important for me.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much. How about you, Pedro? How the conversation was for you?
Yeah, it was a good conversation. I like too much to talk about my hobbies, and discover the people hobbies. Because when we talk about what we like, it's good to talk about.
Thank you so much for sharing your opinion. Last but not the least, Sydney, I'm gonna ask you a random question as well that it's not in the questions in the 10 questions. So, do you have a hobby that you continue doing since you was a kid? Maybe a hobby that you started when you was a kid, when you was a child, and you now continue doing?
Well, not so much. When I was a kid, I liked to play video games. Now I don't have amount of time to do it, but I try sometimes to play some video games with my son. And to present him some nostalgic games, old games like Super Mario, Sonic, Street Fighter, games like that.
I can feel you. We have to be. We should be like Jose because Jose has a PlayStation 5 and he has time for playing video games nowadays. So yeah, that's it. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. I just sent it to the in the chat the survey link. So if you have the time, please fill it up because we can use it for improving the experience, your experience in the platform, as well to improve my performance as a facilitator. And then I'm send as well to you my LinkedIn account if you want to reach me out on LinkedIn. I will be happy to accept your request. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me, and see you the next Friday, 2 p.m. Bye, bye, guys.
Thank you, Christian.
Okay,
Bye bye,
thank
Bye
you
guys.
bye.
guys. Have a great weekend.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.